We're officially halfway through the eclipse portal. It opened up March 14th with that Virgo full moon, that total eclipse blood moon, and it will be closing up this week. The end, it will seal the capsule with the Aries solar eclipse, the new moon in Aries, and that's happening on March 29th. This is this weird liminal space, very Twilight Zoney, endings, beginnings, overlapping, lots of things that are coming to the surface. We're going to talk about the week ahead that's coming up, give you some dates to put on the calendar again, and see if those things can help you. I'm going to tell you 5 things to keep in mind this week that kind of align with those. So hopefully that's helpful. But this last week, man, how was it for you? Because for me, so many things coming through, so many things in my life, in my clients' lives, and my friends, my family, all sorts of stuff, but also in the world. The one of the main ones that I thought was interesting was this pyramid discovery. It's still up in the air. There's lots of stuff to look into more, but if it is true, they've discovered there's potentially these hidden spiral columns that go beneath the pyramid of Khafre, and it goes down, I think, 600 meters in these spirals into an 80 by 80 meter couple of cubes. So if that's true, this suggests some craziness, some advanced technology, some more conspiracy theories potentially not being theories or conspiracies. But anyway, it could rewrite history. I don't want to open too many cans of worms. When I mentioned the moon, like, whoa, lots of people got all excited about the moon landing. Anyway, to each his own, believe whatever you want to believe. Another one this last week was the JFK release. There were 60,000 new documents declassified and new insights in that assassination, all the things that go along with that. And it's just something that people have waited a long time to get clarity on. And that's what happens in the eclipse portal, these revelations. The pyramid stuff, it could get really fascinating. If I have time, I'm going to make another video about it, really going in, because the timing aligning with this week is just too fascinating, but time is not on my side. The other thing that came through this week and that I think is really funny is the Snow White video, the new Snow White that's released by Disney. It's a live action. It is culturally a phenomenon. The most disliked video, I think, ever on YouTube. It has over 1 million dislikes for their preview. And the remake opened on March 21st, 2025. This is one of those things they keep trying to do. They keep trying to rewrite, reinvent, reclaim these narratives that are archetypal, that are old, that are in our history, right? It's just, it's something that I think people are actually repulsed by. So we're in the middle of this Mercury and Venus retrograde period. So all these RE things, rethinking about it. And I believe, we've had about 14 years of this building up where it's the woke stuff that's been going on, and I'm gonna probably open up another can of worms. I'm just opening all the worms: pyramids, JFK, the moon, Snow White. Why not? It's the eclipse portal. Let's just go full. We'll go full Twilight Zone. Okay, go ahead, come at me, whatever you want to say. I'm welcoming. I'm welcoming it. Anyway, the astrology for this past week has really matched the energy. The truths are coming to light. What is true? I don't know. So many things we have to figure out. Old narratives are collapsing, new ones are opening, cycles and endings, beginnings, all that stuff overlapping. Twilight Zone. Let's get into the astrology breakdown for the week of March 24th through the 30th, 2025. Eclipse portal, baby, week 2. The first one we're going to talk about is Mercury Cazimi at 4 degrees Aries on March 24th. This is the Cazimi stuff. Remember, we talked about that last week was so full of Cazimi's sun action, lots of renewal of cycles. Now, because Mercury is retrograde, it's had the Cazimi before. We're getting lots of these because Mercury moves really close to the sun. So Mercury on the sun in Aries is going to bring this rare moment of clarity. I wouldn't be surprised if on the 24th something becomes really clear. Anything that's been confusing or for personally, any of that mental fog cutting through, it'll cut right through it. And it's going to bring up some old information, rethinking communication, where insights are going to come very powerfully and suddenly, and they may be a little disjointing. Disjointing, is that a word? I don't know. Why? Because it could be around our personal identity, our self-expression, our leadership. It really depends. It depends on where you have Aries in your whole sign chart. But Mercury retrograde there is going to tend to stir up some impulsive decisions and reactive communication. But this moment, a Cazimi, is when it's in the heart of the sun. They're on the same degree. So it sort of shifts it from reaction to clarity. Trust the process is the key phrase that Mercury Cazimi is bringing to us, because there will be more confusion, delusion, all that jazz when Mercury enters Pisces. Right before it does, it meets up with Neptune. And so think of it like Pac-Man eating those little dots and eating up all these little dots and going backwards to go to clear out a level. We just need to pay attention on this day to what actually comes clear and kind of hold on to that when things get confusing again, if they do. On the 27th of March, Venus is going to retrograde, re-enter Pisces for the second time. And as it does, it's going to meet Neptune at that super anaretic degree, the last degree of the zodiac. And that is important because it's the last degree. It's signaling this emotional completion, a release. And it's been already there once. So this is the second time around, kind of the apex point of the retrograde, and it's conjoining. And then when it goes forward, Venus goes forward, it's going to meet Neptune in a whole new area in Aries. So that's completely a shift, massive shift. So Venus retrograde is going to highlight those patterns, creative projects, personal values that we're rethinking, the heart part. And Neptune dissolves those boundaries where that imagination comes in, what's real, what's not. And that's where you might hear, if you meet somebody else say, or you all that stuff about rose-colored glasses, I always say the opposite. I'm like, why not? Just feel it. Life is short, man. If you want to feel dreamy and lovely and beautiful for a couple of days, why not? Do it. It's going to heighten our emotional sensitivity, our loving, longing, vulnerability. And sometimes that's kind of beautiful. The big event happens on March 29th. There's a few things that happen on this day. The first part, obviously, is the solar eclipse. It's at 8 degrees of Aries, and it's a partial solar eclipse. I am working on those horoscopes for you, sun, moon, and rising. It's just a beast. It's a bear. It takes a lot of time, and hopefully I'll be able to do it tomorrow. Monday is my goal. Mercury Cazimi day would be smart to do that on, wouldn't it? Yes. This is where it's going to be very personalized for you. So you can look at your sun, which is your identity. Your rising is what area of life it's going to come through, and the emotions is your moon. It's putting those three things together. It's really powerful. Aries energy here is independence, initiation, direct action. We've had the nodes going through there in Aries and Libra for a year and a half. And this is the closure. We had the huge solar eclipse last year, and something is being brought, North Node. We're bringing something into our lives. We're starting a new cycle, right? The North Node opens something up. And guess what's opening it up for? It's going to be this big Neptune ingress. The eclipse is going to activate those themes: courage, self-trust, personal leadership. Then Neptune spiritualizes all of it. Solar eclipses are going to reveal some hidden truth that accelerates our life-changing action, very action-based with Aries. The theme to remember here is to start before you're ready. Aries loves momentum and doesn't really care if everything's settled. Virgo, on the other hand, cares a little too much if things aren't. Oh, wait, what? I want to know what's going on. How's this going to work? But Aries doesn't. That part of us doesn't really need the full plan to start the action, the confidence that it's going to bring into our lives. It's not certainty. So if we're hesitating here, we need to let that go and believe that this Neptune coming in is going to bring this intuition into our instincts, spiritual warrior, man. All right, so look out for those horoscopes, hopefully in the next day or two for you. Also happening on March 29th, Mercury retrograde is going to leave Aries and then re-enter Pisces. And as it does, it makes this last second conjunction with Neptune, literally last second. It's 29:59 of Pisces, the most last second you can get. Mercury is going to be entering Pisces again in its retrograde, where it's technically not at its best due to the dignity scheme, a little more sensitive, emotional. It's poetry though, man. It's been there already once. So it's rethinking something. And then it's clearing that Neptune one more time. I think it's just this culmination. It's this massive ending, opening to something, heart, mind, spirit. Gosh, the world is changing, isn't it? Here we are in it. We're chosen to be here. And the last degree of Pisces is the closing of the chapters, the dissolving of old patterns. It's the beginning of Neptune's 165 year journey around the zodiac. So our thoughts and feelings, our heart and mind, all of these things are aligning. It's more about sensing than knowing. It's pretty fascinating at the moment. All these things on this day are really just pointing to paying attention to how you're feeling, to your insights, those heart, mind, spirit things coming together. It's a big day. On March 30th, Neptune enters Aries. That's what we've been talking about. This is the closure, basically, of that eclipse portal too, and opening something brand new. 1861. That's a little bit challenging because 1861 in spring was the beginning of the Civil War. You can see there's lots of that brewing in our world, and it is what it is. I mean, that's the way things work with astrology. The timing aligns, and it's going to be different. It's not going to be the same. It won't be like exactly right because it's thematic, it's archetypal. It brings the same energy, but we have to align it with all the other things going on. Neptune in Aries, we also are going to have Uranus moving into out of Taurus and into Gemini, and that's going to create, some positive communication there. And then we also have Pluto in Aquarius. So this is air and fire. It's completely different. It's a different energy. I'm going to go into detail a little bit more in the horoscopes about Neptune and Aries in each area of your life and how it's going to feel for you. But it is a huge shift, especially more for some people than others. And how it comes through for your life, it's all going to be different depending on your chart. The theme to remember for that is to act on what inspires you. The 5 things to keep with you this week. Number 1 was Mercury Cazimi, trust the process. Number 2 was have a dreamy day. Venus-Neptune conjunction at the end of Pisces. Feel the feels. It's okay. Third one, start before you're ready. That's the Aries Solar Eclipse. The next one was pay attention to the insights. And the last one is act on what inspires you. This is opening a new cycle. Neptune and Aries is huge. If you feel called to work with me, get a reading for your natal chart. This is a big time. I've had lots of incredible readings lately with people who have taken advantage of this discount code. And it's just heartwarming. It's people that I've met before, new people that I've known from comments on YouTube. It just is the coolest, most wonderful experience to meet you, to meet people, and share astrology, learn more about ourselves, our individuation path, and see the bigger picture in play. So I have a March discount that's available. It's from now. You can book up to 6 months in advance, but the code ends April 1st, 2025. The code is March, MARCH, and you can go to www.elnatali.com if you're interested, if you want to do that. I'd love to meet you. I like you just the way you are. I look forward to talking to you soon with all those horoscopes. Yes, we're going to do this. It's going to be exciting. I'm looking forward to it. Okay, I'll talk to you next time. Have a great week.